What's good, guys? Hope you had an amazing weekend. Nadeska, Akademiks, and Wayno here, back on Everyday Struggle. It's been a very active festival weekend. None of us attended, though. What'd you guys do this weekend?
Not go to Rolling Loud.
Celebrated Mother's Day?
Celebrated Mother's Day. I chilled out. What did I do this weekend? I didn't really do shit this weekend. I was chilling.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, I ain't do too much.
You took your mom out?
Actually, I didn't. I was just chilling this weekend. I was watching, some National Geographic, aka the Rolling Loud live stream. Seeing all the fuckery go on, see niggas act like niggas.
Wow. All right. I guess that's a nice, concise summary.
What did you do this weekend?
What'd you do? What money getting shit you did this
Yeah,
weekend?
I know.
You got the Timbs on today.
What does the Timbs have to do with anything?
I don't know, man. Every time you wear Timbs, man, check this.
Yo, it's like winter in New York again. It was spring last week. The weather's
chilly this morning,
fucking
wasn't it?
confusing, man. That's why I have the Timbs on.
Worst weather in America.
See how I deflected
like
that
global
one
warming
easily?
shit?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, climate change. It's happening, y'all. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to get into this? All right, so yeah, Rolling Loud happened down in Miami this weekend, and a lot went down. So on Saturday night, just a few hours before his performance, Lil Wayne actually jumped on Twitter to announce that he was canceling his set because he refused to be checked by festival police. He tweeted, "To all my fans who came to see me at Rolling Loud, I'm sorry, but I won't be performing. The festival police," and he said specifically not Rolling Loud, "made it mandatory that I had to be policed and checked to get on the stadium grounds. I do not and will not ever settle for being policed to do my job and give you guys a great show." Now I have to mention, on Friday night there was a false active shooter report which temporarily caused some panic. People started to flee and a few people got injured. Rolling Loud organizers did issue a statement saying security and public authorities immediately sprung into action, established it was a false alarm. All of that said, safety is definitely very important, especially at a big festival, but do you think an artist of Lil Wayne's caliber should be subjected to that kind of security check?
Absolutely not. He shouldn't get checked. I mean, like he should never be checked, because like a artist of not just Drake, but like Jay, Beyonce, like Beyonce walking on the grounds, nobody's putting their hands on her. Jay walking on the grounds, nobody's putting their hand. Like you could go for a list for days. Like he's absolutely right. He should not be checked, and if that costs them having Lil Wayne perform, then so be it. Because end of the day is disrespect. I know it's security purposes and all of that, but we talking about Lil Wayne here.
And what's the differentiation between festival police and, because I like that he specifically said, look, it's not the festival. They're not trying to disrespect me. It's just festival police. Is that like the rap police in New York?
Well, I would imagine that Rolling Loud hired a bunch of other groups to help Rolling Loud is the brand, right? They're not the cops, right? So, but they've hired other people who are gonna ensure safety or whatever the case is. And I mean, some things it's not up to them, right? If they're saying, hey, we have to check everyone. I mean, again, the reason why you hire them is for safety. But I mean, I look at that, I disagree with Wayno on that though.
Why?
Everybody got to be checked.
No.
Coming in.
No.
That's how we get that.
Comparing like a Lil Wayne to an emerging artist kind of thing?
Everybody.
No.
That's how we get Irving Plaza, Troy Ave incidents.
No. Come on.
But then
No. This is where I agree with him, and that's why I'm glad he didn't go.
Okay.
Because he said they told him he had to be policed throughout his entire stay on the grounds, which means he's gonna have police all around him. He didn't want to do that. Wayne has had a really bad history with even just cops all up in this shit. We know he did like 2 years in or was it 2 years or a year?
Yeah, in Rikers. Most artists have problems with police
and because of that, I respect his decision to say, I'm not gonna do that and put myself in that position, especially seeing what he's been through. Again, he's a veteran artist. I don't, even if I'm the biggest Lil Wayne fan, I'm there, I paid my money to see him, I wouldn't get mad at him for making that choice. But I'm not gonna say, you're trying to say everybody who comes to Wayne. We're not even just talking about him. And I'm pretty sure it's not only him.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Wayne's entourage is probably like 20, 25 people plus, right? So you're telling me that because y'all with Wayne, and y'all come to this festival where there's gonna be thousands of people, none of y'all niggas get checked?
Okay, now that's one thing. Now this is why I agree. You cannot equate a Troy Ave, Irving Plaza situation to Lil Wayne performing at Rolling Loud in Miami. Two totally different caliber artists, not one of the same, not the same situation.
You're right, but still, Rolling Loud Rolling Loud, a festival, is not like you're headlining.
I know what it is.
Show. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like you're headlining MSG or something like that. It's a bunch of different artists.
Right.
Once they start breaking the rule for one person,
But
everybody else is gonna rock out.
Entourage should be checked, right? Entourage should be checked, cool. But not Lil Wayne. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If Beyonce walks on that, and Beyonce is a fucking one-on-one, but Lil Wayne is a one-on-one as well.
Right.
If she walks on them grounds, nobody putting their fucking hands on her or going in her bag. That's not happening at all.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't believe that he was saying they're trying to pat me down. You with a bunch of people. In a lot of cases, and that's why I was just saying festival versus your own concert. Your own concert, you get your own entrance. Like nobody's even checking you, your DJ, everybody with you, because that's your shit. When at least how Rolling Loud with so many artists concentrating in the same areas described to me, it's like everybody got trailers. You're like right there. There's not much security once everybody's in that like backstage artists like area. So again, knowing that niggas might have problems.
But we have shot callers there, right? Of course, if this is Rolling Loud, I don't know who the face. There's no face of Rolling Loud. We don't know who's who. But there has to be.
It's owned by two white dudes.
It's owned by two white dudes. Yeah. Exactly, two white dudes. Two white dudes is not a fucking person, right? But somebody could make a call. I don't think that Lil Wayne should be, and his entourage, now if it's his entourage and him, that's two totally different things, but he shouldn't be subjected to being policed.
Just because of the caliber of artists. Maybe it's the active shooter thing through a wrenching thing, so they were being extra strict. But yeah, I could understand why he would want to pull out, absolutely. It's unfortunate.
I think
black artists don't cause mass shootings. I just want everybody to know that.
No, but I mean, seeing that people have problems, and you know, artists might show up with some shit that they, you know what I mean, because they might know they have
got problems with. Wayne ain't got no problems with nobody.
You can't bank on that though. You feel me? You can't bank. And Wayne ain't got no problems. Well, I don't know about Wayne. They had Wayne. I don't know. The organization of Rolling Loud was a little bit sketchy to me. He was supposed to perform like 20 minutes after Young Thug.
Yeah, that was kind of bugged. When I seen that, they was on the same stage.
I don't know, they were BFFs, you feel me?
Right.
But again, you gotta realize all these things going on. But no, I agree with you. You're not patting Wayne down.
Yeah.
But his entourage, we gotta check y'all equipment, make sure you're not bringing some shit y'all don't got. Cause you know what I mean? Once, of course, Wayne doesn't get the same, or shouldn't get the same treatment like another, like just regular artist that just gets a trailer. He should really have a whole closed off section.
Yeah, especially a D or E level artist, like he should not be getting treated like
D
that.
D or E level.
No, I agree with that, but like, I've just, and you know this too.
What?
Niggas take advantage of rolling into an event with the star to bring in all type of bullshit.
I don't know anything you're talking about.
Well, see this nigga Wayne.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know about artists bringing in bullshit.
No. I'm not saying the artist.
Yeah, I know the entourage. I don't know nothing about that.
And I'm not saying the artist even knows about it. But if you,
I don't know anything about it.
If you don't want to get checked, you're with the artist.
Okay.
You feel me? And again, I know Rolling Loud is not, at least it wasn't really meant to be that type of environment, but we're now seeing it become so mainstream that if you want all your favorite rappers to be there and perform in 2 days, and it's a long day, they're gonna be around in the same area, and shit, that's like worse than these award shows when they gotta like put Cardi there, Nicki over there, you know what I mean, try to figure it out.
Yeah.
This shit is like high school. It's like fucking high school lunchroom, for real.
That's cool.
Yo, they sent me pictures of like what they call the special response teams of how the cops were set up there. They almost had like military tanks up in that bitch.
Exactly. Who wants to, and that's what I'm saying. It's like that's an intimidating factor. A lot of times with law enforcement brings a lot of these tactics around, it's to intimidate. So I'm not mad at him for not doing this shit. If he doesn't want to deal with that and it's going to make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, he makes a good point. Coming to work, that's like a very intimidating. How do you get in the mood to do a performance? But
right.
Look, unfortunate for. Okay.
I'm with him.
Okay. Unfortunate for Wayne fans though, because I'm sure they were super excited to see him. So maybe like the next one. I feel like there's 30 Rolling Louds now. So
right.
Hopefully at the next one coming up.
He missed. Apparently this was the second one he missed in a row, but
What was the last one he was supposed to do? LA?
He was supposed to do it last year, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Like the same one.
They got to figure out the security issue, man.
They got to figure out this Miami Rolling Loud shit. That's what they got to figure out.
Hey, listen, the remnants of the nigga tree that spilled over from spring break crept up into Rolling Loud. Niggas were just telling me that they were going to Rolling Loud. I would ask them if they got tickets. Niggas would be like, I got a plane ticket. Like, what are you talking? Like, people were treating Miami like just going to Miami is Rolling Loud.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
It's insane.
Well, a lot of other things went wrong, unfortunately. So, according to Miami's WSVN News, Kodak Black was also arrested on state and federal firearms charges while he was down in Miami on Saturday night. Now, the outlet is reporting that the ATF, Miami-Dade Police gang unit, and the U.S. Marshals were all involved in Kodak's arrest, and he was actually scheduled to perform at Rolling Loud that night. Now, on Sunday, Rolling Loud reps did issue a statement clarifying that they had nothing to do with the arrest. They said, quote, Kodak Black was not arrested at Rolling Loud. He was arrested on his way to the festival, and we have no knowledge of what led to the arrest since he was not on festival property. One of Kodak's friends, Jack Boy, jumped on IG Live and sort of tried to explain what happened, and of course he pointed the fingers at Rolling Loud, but again, not completely clear what
read
went
that quote.
Here. You want me to read that quote? I think you could read it.
I'm not reading that shit.
Nice.
No, but it seems like, I'm not gonna lie, it seems like there is, if not an agenda, but like some sort of, I don't even want to say an attack. It's something, they want Kodak. Like, I believe they want Kodak. And what I mean by they want Kodak is like the law enforcement in Miami. I believe that they want him. Like, it's too many things that's happening. Of course, you know, then he gets stopped. Where did he get stopped at, in Boston? Did he get
when
arrested?
crossing the border situation?
Yeah,
recently
crossing
we
the border
spoke
situation
about,
or something like that.
Honestly, I think it's bigger than the local authorities in Florida want him. I think the feds want him for whatever reason. I think that's the troubling thing.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, he performed in D.C. He didn't travel on the main tour bus. He took the classic SUV that made a left turn. But the feds ran up in his tour bus. They didn't really say what they were looking for, but the feds never tell you what they're looking for until they're hitting you with an indictment. They were looking for shit there. Apparently they see some guns there. They arrested a couple other people. Of course, he had that run-in where he made a left turn and they found some stuff. And then this is, again, the feds, the ATF, coming back, and apparently they were looking for him all day. Like, you know, like they were trailing him. So like he went to a store, they popped up at the store trying to see if he was still there, and they caught him at the place they definitely knew it would be, which would be Rolling Loud. I guess what, you know, even though Rolling Loud said they had nothing to do with it, you know, what Jack Boy was basically saying is that it's a little bit too fishy, because we called you guys asking how to get in the festival. You guys told us go to this particular gate because you'll be receiving us at this particular gate. We're about to get to this particular gate, and the cops jump out on us.
Well, they were already there?
The cops, yeah.
Wow.
So again, that's why I think he felt like they were working with the police. Listen, I don't think Roll Out can't stand in the way the police do their job anyway. You feel me?
But what's the question I'm trying to ask here? Like, what do they gain or lose from cooperating or not? You know what I mean?
I mean, if they have to. Well,
do you have to? If the cops call you up, the feds they're asking, what gate is he being received at?
But here's the thing, though, and this is what I'm saying. Rolling Loud is just the brand to me. You hire cops to work the event. Most of the security is cops.
Okay, so again, it could be the festival police who knew that he was arriving.
They probably have like a.
Well, everybody has an artist insurance, right? Like all of these places have specific.
Everyone's on
artists.
walkies, right? They're going to be communicating with each other.
I mean, the thing is like to think that the federal government wouldn't know where your ass is coming into the festival or not is ridiculous. Like, man, you told them where we. No, motherfucker, it's a artist entrance. Like, that's not hard to find. It's a big ass, well, not a big ass sign, but if they ask enough people, and I'm pretty sure the people that are working the festival on the ground, they might not know what the feds are there for, so they just telling them whatever. Like,
is he also that hard to track down? Period. He's been doing other shows. It's like they're just waiting specifically to get him at Rolling Loud.
Listen, they must not deal with the feds. Them niggas knew they were gonna be there, man. Like, it doesn't matter how they got information. Yeah. They probably get it from Rolling Loud. Like, the feds, if they want to find you, they're gonna find you. Again, I'm just kind of worried about all of this for Kodak because, again, this seems like a bigger play. The ATF is involved, so we're seeing reports of firearms, but it doesn't seem like they're just saying, oh, yo, we're just trying to get you for a gun. This feels like a bigger play, which, again, is yet to be revealed. So, pray for Kodak, but with this amount of police activity, it's not a good thing.
I mean, what's kind of crazy is like we thought that him coming home last year he was going to change a lot of things, or a lot of things. Not he was going to change a lot of things, but a lot of things would change for him. And he's had a big, like, you can see how impactful he is when he's out, but I don't know how this is going to go. Like, this shit, it keeps happening continuously.
And keep in mind too, just to contextualize it, whether it's an attempted PR balancing, like his crew or camp is doing, like, you know, he just gave away 8,000 backpacks for kids going back to school. So he's trying to do some positive things.
Yeah.
Also, there was a kid who got shot at a school. His camp offered to pay for the funeral. So it felt like he was trying to do some positive things, but again.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, that's cool, but like if they have something on you, none of that means anything.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like that shit means nothing.
But like for a while, like it felt like, damn, Kodak, you're messing up, when everything we saw in the media was negative. Like, damn, why you gotta do, damn, Kodak. But it was starting to shift a little bit, but whatever the feds got, they ain't stopping.
Yeah, that's not nothing to play with.
All right, I'm sorry to continue with more bad news on a Monday. Like, what a terrible way to start the week, man. It's so dark. So NBA YoungBoy was involved in a shooting in Miami over the weekend as well. So TMZ reporting that him and his crew were shot at on Sunday outside of the Trump Beach Resort near Miami, where he was reportedly staying. Details are still a little bit unclear, but it's alleged that he was the target of the shooting. Now, according to the Miami Herald, his girlfriend actually sustained a gunshot wound, but she's expected to recover. A 5-year-old boy was also grazed, and unfortunately, local police confirmed that a 47-year-old man was killed by a stray bullet from the shooting. Now, NBA still managed to somehow perform at Rolling Loud after all of this happened. And the Herald is also reporting that 4 men who were spotted in an SUV near the site of the shooting were detained for questioning at the festival, and he's believed to be one of the men. Aventura Police Department are also telling TMZ that there was another shooting that happened in their jurisdiction, and they're investigating to see whether it's tied to that shooting as well. There's some rumors about what could have sparked this altercation, but again, only rumors, so I will not repeat those here.
This shit is disgusting, yo. Niggas is wildin'. Like, what's so crazy is like, okay, like you said, right? Everybody's going there for a festival to perform, but it's become this thing where it's just Rolling Loud weekend. But people was having shootouts in front of the Trump Hotel on a Sunday in broad daylight, and people was getting hit by straight bullets, little kids. The police is gonna make some examples out of them. Yeah, like whomever is tied to this shit, police is gonna make some examples out. Like, you can't have that. Like, I guess that's why we don't have festivals in New York, because no shit like that could ever happen here. Yeah. That shit could never happen. It would never fly. It would never fly. What are you pondering over there?
I was thinking,
festivals?
The
governor's ball, but that's different. It's a little bit more isolated outside of the city, and
they would never have no shit where they cut off the West Side Highway and do a fucking, that would never happen here. It would never happen here. And especially that gun shit in New York don't fly. Like, that shit do not fly.
I mean, the most ratchet thing we really have in Tri-State is like Summer Jam. And New York and New Jersey State Police, they ain't with that bullshit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they be bullying people out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't have time for that. At Summer Jam, they have a whole precinct inside of the venue. Inside the venue. So when people be getting they take them right back there and lock their asses up.
Yeah, this is crazy because, you know, the initial story that came out was that someone shot at YoungBoy, and then that person was chased down by the security guard for YoungBoy, and that person got killed. And YoungBoy's girlfriend got shot. And even though, first of all, this is in public, broad daylight, in front of the Trump Hotel, like, this is a super busy area. Even just hearing that story, though, it felt like, all right, cool. The only people who got hit was the people who was involved in the bullshit. But then the story changes and you realize there's probably an innocent bystander who got killed, then a kid who got shot. Now it's a whole different situation. Now this whole situation is like, yo, somebody going to jail. Now, I don't know who, again, there's so many reports of who was involved, but I don't know how it gets to this, where, again, everybody, at least most of the people like we're hearing, were either involved or whatever, they're all coming to Rolling Loud, and y'all at the hotel shooting out. Yeah. It's so crazy and very disgusting too, because like, even though it makes even Rolling Loud look crazy. It makes Rolling Loud look bad. That's why they're putting out statements like, we don't got to do with none of this shit. Like you're not even talking about, we're talking about shootings more than we're talking about performances. Right. We're talking about the negative things, and unfortunately, that's what happens a lot of times when things get too big. And
but you know what's so crazy about all of this? Whatever's involved in this shit, these people are idiots. Like, y'all on camera. Like, we haven't seen it, but this whole shit is on camera, the whole entire thing. We talking about a Trump Hotel. I mean, the only Trump hotel I've ever been to is in New York, but that shit is in Soho, right by the Holland Tunnel. It's full of cameras, so I'm pretty sure that area is full of cameras. Y'all shooting out with fucking, they said what could be an AK-47 in broad daylight on a Sunday, hitting little kids and old people and all types of shit. Like, Rolling Loud might get banned. Like, they might get banned in Miami. Because the thing is that they don't have a part in it, but parties that they're booking are involved in the mess, or their names are involved in the mess.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting how Florida deals with it. Because, you know, Florida is kind of known for being no nonsense. They don't tolerate the BS. But Rolling Loud, over the last couple of years, that brand that those men, which they are from Florida, so the home base of Rolling Loud is Florida.
It's Florida, right?
They have given a lot of jobs. Apparently, like, the economy gets a boost on this weekend.
Right.
But the government's going to have to probably make a decision. This year, it's like this. Next year is probably going to be worse, unfortunately, because they have all the police presence in the world, and it's still bullshit finding a way to pop up. I'm wondering if it gets banned or somehow
turns into a country music
controlled somehow, like somehow they have to find a way to probably discourage people or things.
It's just hard because this is also spread out across the city, right?
Yeah.
Even the other shooting they're investigating is nearby, but it's not so close that like it's like a small area that you can really control so tightly.
But it just was overall it was a bad weekend. Like, it was another rapper who lost his life this weekend down there. Like, it's just all of this. From Chicago, kid from Chicago. It's just like all of these different things happening during this weekend because all these different people are flying there. Like, all these different people flying. I'm pretty sure people from all over America is there, but they did, like you said, for Rolling Loud weekend, not the actual concert. And now you have, like, once violence is happening on this type of level, like, if this shit was in the hood, nobody would have gave a fuck. Like, if these artists went to go get something to eat in the hood and the shit happened in some hood spot, they would not give a fuck. But this is happening in downtown Miami, and something's going to definitely happen about this.
Well, authorities aside, one of our fan questions, they're wondering if you guys think artists are going to react to this. So the question is, I'm sure y'all saw all the things that happened with Rolling Loud Miami this year. Do you think the issues rappers encountered with law enforcement will have rap artists turn their back on the festival? So this sounds like the Lil Wayne issue, the Kodak. Are rappers going to feel a way about this, or are they just still going to go try to collect the check? Absolutely
not. They're not turning their backs on it. You see, Wayne's in a position of being a veteran where he's headlined arena tours. He's been on these stages by himself, rocking out, where Rolling Loud is cool, but that doesn't define him. A lot of these young artists, Rolling Loud is the biggest stage you're gonna see.
Right.
Like, they're touring maybe for 1,000 people a night. So you get on stage with Rolling Loud, and you know it was really built on the premise of really supporting young artists from Florida. Kind of even turned into like just most young artists, period. So young artists, they yearn to get on that stage. Even throughout the bullshit, they're still gonna be there, you know? I think how people move in those situations, and I think that the festival should probably start kind of like realizing the amount of artists you're bringing and possibly check out if they got, if they got problems with each other, like there's certain people, which I won't repeat everything, but like, for example, certain people that they have a lot of beef with Florida artists, they booked. And what's gonna happen? As soon as they get there, there's gonna be some situations happen. I think the festival should probably think about that.
Well, I think that the thing is that, and I don't know, you know, the particulars of everybody who moves Rolling Loud, but the people who are probably doing the booking aren't privy to the bullshit, right? They probably know of the artists, and a lot of this shit is looking at an artist as his engagement. Like, yo, who could we book? Or they probably partner with certain agencies, like, yo, we doing this big festival, we want to have all these different people. And I'm pretty sure they do have people that know some of the shit, but they're not as in tune with what's going on with the artist's particular problems as we are. Because that's not a part of the job. Like, if you really think about it, who the fuck what department is it to look up beef that niggas is having or bullshit that niggas is having? There's not a department for that.
But somebody has to.
They might have to invent that job, especially when you're booking young artists, unfortunately.
I mean, we know, all right, so
or just put in some more time. Like, for example, like they never booked 6ix9ine. He was begging to get, like, he was super hot begging to try to get booked there. clearly the reason why, nigga, you're beefing with everybody. We're gonna bring you here, and whatever we're paying for the security tab, we have to pay like 3 times.
So if it's blatant enough,
right?
Because that happened to him multiple places. If it's blatant enough, they know already.
Exactly.
But I mean, he was already kind of blacklisted for a lot of shit anyway.
You're right.
Like, he was blacklisted, but prior, I don't think
you got to put some more effort. It can't be that's the only situation.
Right.
You got to make those judgment calls, because it's really that fine line of like maintaining this festival as a really good dope event to now we're looking at it as like, yo, this is just like a blood fest. You feel me?
Well, the thing about, and until you just now saying it, like, I wouldn't have put Young Thug, whether they like their problems is done or not, like I wouldn't have put Young Thug and Wayne on the same stage right after each other, because it don't have to be, it's not gonna be Young Thug and Wayne individually having a boxing match there. It's gonna be somebody from his crew and somebody from their crew say something, and it could become something.
Until that job is invented, by the way, usually it would be on the management team then, right? To check the lineup, the schedule, and make a phone call.
But there's also an arrogance factor there where somebody's gonna say, fuck that, I'm not scared of these niggas, we going there. You know what I mean? Or I'm not changing my stage because you put us there. Well, fuck it, we gonna see them. Right. And so it's a lot of different factors into it, but something has to be done, because, I mean, Wayne has nothing to do with none of these shootings, and neither does Thug, right?
Like, just think about all that shit. Everybody's getting either shot at, the police are harassing you. It doesn't seem like a fun environment as you would imagine that a celebration of hip hop, which that's what I would think it is, would be.
Yeah, but I think that hip hop has become now like a who's tougher than who contest. Well, before it was like kind of established, everybody played their parts and stayed away from each other. If niggas had problems, they had problems. But now with like social media, it's like ego and all this hyper masculine shit about I'm tougher than you, and people telling each other how tough they are through phone. That's the craziest shit to me, because you have to really get mad, record yourself, upload, write a caption. I ain't with the cap shit or the bullshit. I ain't with the internet shit. All of that, all on the internet, just to prove to somebody that you're tougher than them. And then end of the day, y'all are coming to somewhere to perform. Right. Like, y'all are all coming somewhere to perform, and then altercations could possibly happen. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, man. All right, they're gonna have to work at inventing that job, man. It's really unfortunate, like for all the artists who just wanted to show up and like see their fans.
That's only a quarter of the problem too, because you can't control what happens at a Trump hotel.
You couldn't help yourself, right? All right, man, after all of that bad news, we can talk about some music now. So last Friday, Logic released his latest album, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. 16 songs, a lot of features. The Gucci Mane feature is pretty great. We heard the Eminem single, Will Smith is on there, Wiz Khalifa, G-Eazy, and a lot more. And it sort of snuck up on us. He didn't announce he was dropping the album till Wednesday, a few days after he dropped that single, Homicide, with M. So first of all, you guys listened over the weekend, right? I know you did your homework.
I listened to it. Yes.
All right. Initial thoughts on this. After hearing the M single, we know it was like too much rapping for you guys. It made your head hurt. What did you think about the rest of the project?
Would you like to go first, Akademiks?
Yeah. You know, I think I'm an honored member of the Rat Pack. That's his following. While everybody has slam Logic over the years, I actually give him props. You know, while maybe even I can't relate to his biracial struggle that he constantly raps about, I appreciate the talent that he definitely has, and I do think he's overlooked in a lot of capacity. I will say that after I listened to this album, this shit was boring. It was like uninspired raps, and if you haven't listened to Logic, if you listen to his previous works and listen to this, you'll see a big difference. To me, and just really, I was like, damn, why did it get rolled out like this? Why does it sound like this? Like,
rolled out like what? You didn't like the semi-surprise drop? We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But not as soon as it came, I guess.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel Def Jam finna burn out Logic, man. He signed that $30 million deal or whatever it was, and they got him dropping albums like a motherfucker. He dropped like 5 albums.
You don't think that
you think he's pressed? I mean, I feel like
he dropped 5 projects.
Yeah, but he must
years.
have a lot of independence at this point in his career, no?
He does. Of course he does.
They're not cutting you that check, man, unless you're on a schedule, bro. $30 million. He's fulfilling. And again, hold on.
Go ahead.
I know you're gonna say only blame the label. I'm gonna blame him too.
Okay.
Because I believe this project felt lackluster.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
all right,
it started off good, and then like throughout the middle, I feel like that nigga was just rapping just to be rapping. And that's not usually what I got when I listen to a Logic project. Shit, I thought I was tripping. I went online. I had to go check out what the Rat Pack were saying. Even his own fans, one of the most loyal conglomerates, they were saying the same thing. Like this was more of a regression than what people expected.
All right.
Or at least his fans.
All right, so while this is not my favorite thing from Logic, and I don't always listen to his music. Under Pressure was my favorite album from him. This album, I have some issues with Logic. My issues with Logic is that he puts too much disclaimers on his bars. That's the only thing. He puts too many disclaimers on his bars. Like he says something and explains himself like immediately after. Like he doesn't do an interview and explains what he was saying in the music. He just like immediately, like he says some shit like I want head from a bad bitch, and then he says, but I really want a respectable woman. But he raps it and it sounds really weird, right? Now, I think that musically, the album is good. I think musically the album is good. I don't think that Def Jam is pressuring him to put out albums. I think that he wants to put these albums as much as they're coming out. But I do feel like a lot of the bars that he has on his albums fall into like a freestyle space where you're just trying to come up with shit. Like he starts, it starts really good. A lot of songs, they start really good. And even the joints he got, like the shit with Wiz, I fuck with the joint with Wiz. The joint with Eminem, I listened to a few more times. Like I actually did appreciate it a little bit more because of how he sequenced it.
The joint with him and Will Smith sound like a after school.
I wasn't fucking with that at all. All right, now I wasn't fucking with I wasn't fucking with the Will Smith record at all. But I do feel like a lot of the when he gets like to the end of his 16s, it sounds like he's freestyling them. Like, you know when a person is freestyling and they just like rapping about what's going on in the room, and they just start finding shit to say. A lot of it sounds like he's finding shit to say. But musically,
wait, don't you think that may be a byproduct of putting out too much music?
Somewhat, but I feel like his last shit was like that. But the reason why I don't think it's a byproduct of him putting out too much music is it's not like these shits is coming out every 2 months. Like he's not dropping his like.
Yeah, do you feel like you're being flooded by Logic projects?
It's not like when Future dropped 2 a week or 2 a month, or like, you know what I mean? Like it was back to back to back to back to back. I don't feel like we're being bombarded or drowned in Logic music. I just feel like he's taking his time. He's taking his time and he's dropping so rapidly. He should take a step back to put more emphasis into it. Because musically it's there, but bar work, it's kind of like, I feel like he had to do so much on like an Eminem record, or he has to do so much on like a Wiz Khalifa record, that by the time he's getting to his own shit, he don't really have nothing to rap about. He's just rapping, you know?
Yeah, but I think you just made my point for me. Like, I think I like.
But I don't think it's boring though. It wasn't boring. There's a few songs on it but it's not boring.
It felt
musically at least.
Again, we might be saying the same thing using different words. Okay. I like using words that.
Well, you sound completely underwhelmed. He's saying at least he enjoyed like the music, the production, maybe.
Yeah.
Not like
something's gonna come off sounding uninspired and lackluster if you're just freestyle at the end of your 16s. Like, you're just kind of rapping about whatever. Like, you're just finding something to rap about. You're saying a lot. You're not really saying anything. The thing is, I think his schedule, even though you're right, we can't compare it to like a Future or like Amigos, but they make completely different music. The effort, I would imagine, that it takes to compile a Logic album would be more than what it would take to compile 3 Amigos album. You get me? So when he releases almost like 2 to 3 a year, I do feel like he might be, and again, he does a bunch of other shit too. I do think he's kind of burned himself out a little bit. And when I'm hearing uninspired raps, I have to think, I'm like, Logic, are you just putting this out to put it out, or you're putting this out because like your heart really is into this particular project? And not saying he's just saying he doesn't, or do I think he doesn't care about the project? I feel like he's just dropping shit. Maybe perhaps the deal. I don't want to say the label's pressuring Wayno. Does Wayno work at Def Jam, man?
No, I don't.
No, but it just seems like an artist like him would have a little bit more.
Wayno work at Def Jam. No, he got a corner office. But yeah, I have to feel that maybe the pressure of having this deal, and again, even as an artist, sometimes you know what you got to perform up to. Maybe that's what's coming.
How'd you feel about the Gucci Mane joint? Did you feel like Gucci? I felt like Gucci had a really, really good verse on there.
No, I like that shit.
Yeah?
I like that shit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like, I don't dislike the music. I feel like
there's a couple of tracks on there I fuck with. I love the intro.
okay.
The joint with G-Eazy I like
Is there
as well.
anything phenomenal? Well, all right, so even with the Joe Jeezy.
Phenomenally lackluster.
All right, no, the thing about his subject matter is, the only thing I like about his subject matter is like, it's kind of coming off as, y'all still don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? It's like, brother, we get that. Like, we get that you feel that way. Like, I think that he has to have a moment of clarity and move on for the sake of for the sake of how he's creating.
Oh, is that fair though?
What you mean?
Oh.
Is it fair? Like, I feel like everybody has their thing that they rap about and they struggle with. Mm-hmm. I think, like, a lot of rappers, I don't mind them, like, complaining their music, like, why y'all don't fuck with me, or yo, I think I'm better, or I think I'm the best. I think you don't like how he does it, because it comes across very, like, corny.
All right.
I'm surprised to hear you defending him, by the way. Good for you.
No, because other rappers do that.
They do,
like,
but all right. So
people do pick on him a lot for this.
People do pick on him a lot for this, but I think that, like, all right, his first album came out 2014. We now 5 years deep, right? We now 5 years deep, and what he's saying is shit that we've heard you say a billion times. I think, like,
so even if he still feels that, he just shouldn't.
I'm not saying that he should. I'm not gonna say that. I just think you have to find a unique way in order to do it. So okay, of course I got to go back to some Jay-Z shit, right? But when Jay-Z made like a What More Can I Say, where he was just saying his distaste for the game, and how, like, he took shots at 50 about how saying, like, I ain't get shot up a bunch of times, and this is what y'all love. I think he just had, in that moment, like, Jay left it as that and then went on to other shit. It's like Logic keeps going on to, well, I'm half black and I'm half white, and, you know.
But that's his reality, though.
I know, right? That's like, I know it's his reality.
Just like Jay rapped about, like, being a drug dealer for a long time and kick game in between that.
Yeah.
I think, and this
But that's
album,
not gonna change, like, him rapping about it is not gonna change that. But how many times can you rap about it the same way?
No, I'm gonna give him a little props, because was it Everybody? That I'm black, I'm white. That album.
Well, yeah.
You know, he mentioned, like, about the biracial stuff. Mm-hmm. He didn't, like, just make that, like, yo, this is a concept of it. He mentioned it a couple times. Yeah. Mentioned it a couple times, and of course he mentioned his frustration. Like, I think even on the intro he was talking about Cole and Drake, because he's like, why am I not, like, compared to them?
You see, because
honestly, listen.
Because wait, no.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing? Because I'll say, you know why he's not compared? I feel like Cole and Drake are better rappers than him. Yeah, he's comparing.
Is that really why?
Wait, he's comparing them all being half black and half white. That's what he's comparing. He's saying Drake's mother is white, his pops is black.
Yeah, he's just saying they look like light-skinned black dudes, and he looks white, but he's also biracial. That's kind of.
But they rap better than him, though. They rap. J. Cole don't rap better than Logic. Drake don't rap better than Logic.
The way you're saying it,
I'm asking you a question.
No, you're all right. I would say yes, but the way you're saying it and the way how dismissive you actually dismiss his point by saying it.
Is how culturally it's been approached, historically
it's not that far off. Like, you're saying, like, J. Cole does not rap in a different league from Logic. Stop it.
A different league? I'm not saying a different. Listen, there are tiers, nigga. There are tiers.
Wait. I like Drake and J. Cole raps better than a Logic, but Logic.
I'm not talking about skill. The nigga has all the skill in the world. Listen,
what we talking about?
I'm not debating his skill set. The nigga could rap. If I said, Logic, I need 1,000 bars by tonight. Here, have this shit for me in an hour.
So we're debating what delivery, like how cool it comes off?
I'm talking about their subject matter, all this shit, how they impact shit. The shit that he's rapping about is not impacting hip hop on the level that's respected. Now his fan base, and he has a tremendous fan. I've seen his shows and shit. He has a tremendous fan base of all types of people. He has of course, when he did his video, I know that grew him a lot of shit with, like, the LGBT, I don't want to say this shit wrong, but you know what I'm talking about by that community. He has everybody in the world. I'm saying, for when it comes to hip hop and rap and the shit that matters, and when niggas is like, oh, that nigga said this or he said that, he don't rap on the level of Drake or Cole.
All right, so,
he don't.
I'm alter what you said because, like, when I hear rap, I'm thinking about skill.
He can rap. No, he can rap his ass off.
But I'll agree, his impact or the impact of his lyrics or music isn't like that.
Okay,
like
I'll give you another.
And I say that.
All right.
But that's what I'm saying. in this world of rappers that try to just conform or be whoever they feel other people want them to be, like, even if he's displaying discomfort in the lyrics, the fact that he's cool with just still kicking that same, yo, I'm gonna give you this struggle whether you can relate it or not.
Okay.
I want to give you the story of it. I commend that a bit. And I commend him for not making it all of his album's content.
I'm just saying, as terms of placement in the game of like where you are as an artist, it goes into who you are. A lot of that shit goes into who you are. Royce the 5'9" can rap better than 90% of niggas. A majority of niggas that pick up a mic, Black Thought can rap better than majority of these niggas, but their subject matter and the person that they are is not on the same playing field as some of these people that we're speaking about. So, like, yeah, of course, if we had to choose a battle, I'm choosing, like, a lot of these people over majority of the top tier rappers. But as far as how the game goes, it's not the same shit. It's not the same shit.
He'll make music to be considered among Cole and
he don't. But if you saying like that's what I'm saying.
I think the way he's thinking about it, and maybe I'm speaking too much for him, but I feel like he's one of, it's like the Wale complex a little bit, where you're like, yo, my skill level is just as good as those other niggas y'all love and y'all praise. Why don't I get the same amount of love when other shit ties into it? You get me?
It's the other shit. That's what I'm saying. It's just the other shit.
All right. So you guys answered this fan question. That's good. Was out of all the dope lyrical rappers we have today, I feel like Logic is one who gets the most hate. I think he's one of the best rappers out right now. Talented as fuck, but why the hate? So thank you for summarizing that nicely.
Answer the question.
I don't hate Logic.
Right. You guys are psychic, man.
Not fuck with Logic.
No, yeah, he's a talented dude. Like, whatever. He has the Rat Pack, like you said. They still support him. Right? That's all that matters. Wow, that got more heated than I expected.
That's the first album we actually debated in a while. Usually it's like, yeah, that's cool.
All right, should we just actually, you want to take us through some numbers and let's see if we get we got to get to Air Drake before we go today. So, Ak, please.
Oh, that's fast.
Wait, no, come on, we have to. This screenshot has been up for like 30 minutes now. We got to talk about it.
Is this a video with the tour? We got a tour with him. He was playing Sade. All right, we get to it. Anyway, on the numbers front, salute to PNB Rock. I don't even know if this is on the cards, but I know some of the numbers by heart. PNB Rock sold 42,000 records first week with Trap Star turned Pop Star. And I think that's some good numbers for him. And we have Logic, who's on pace, as you would imagine, to be #1 with this project, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. It's supposed to do between 75 and 85,000, even though I hate calling the numbers for Logic midweek, because last time we called it around that same...
Did like 200 something.
And no, it did mid-1 something. I was like, how did it jump midweek? Like, it did like 150 or something like that. So his numbers might jump up because once his fans realize he might not be doing as good as they want him to do, they buy like 10 more copies.
That's love.
And apparently he has merch coming out. Thank you, Roger, for that. Other than that, this is pretty much the same usual suspects.
Q still doing okay?
Q, he's at #7 now, 33,000 units in the second week. Post Malone, he's in the top 10. Juice WRLD still in there. And I believe Nipsey may have fallen out of the top 10, unless I'm tripping.
Is A Boogie still hanging around?
Man, A Boogie's doing... Yo, salute to A Boogie, man. A Boogie apparently, and everybody saw the meme going around, like, he has the top selling album of 2019, and even though it wasn't dropped in 2019, it's streamed the best. Yeah. And over the last couple weeks, or the weeks since the year started, it's doing really good.
654,000.
I seen that, but I think that streams got to count for more. He has 900-something million streams. Like, how does that equate? I get who came up with the whole 1,500 plays is one sale? Because, like, that should count 900-something million to 680. He should be more than that. It should be more than that.
And again, I think it's still real. It's still the proof of. Remember when he came up here and also like he was getting flack for people saying, "Well, your album sold this amount of hard copies," and rather than being like taken aback and like being defensive about it, he was like, "We live in a streaming era. I'm gonna embrace it." Clearly, he's embraced it. Clearly, it's working for him. And if it ain't broke, like we're gonna be saying, "Why the fuck we trying to fix it?"
Right.
So, congrats, A Boogie.
Now we can get to Air.
All right, y'all, it's time for Air Drake. Before we go,
before
we're out of time, this is happening. So Drake unveiled his new private airplane this weekend in an Instagram post. Just let you guys roll the video. Go ahead. Oh, there's no sound? Okay, great. We get to talk over this.
We do?
All right, so let's narrate the exterior of the plane. Sports, of course, the
Akademiks, where's your
OVO
room at?
logo.
Where's Ak's room?
It's right next to the bathroom, pause. but no, for real, listen, Wayno, listen, if you ever want to purchase a ticket to, you know what I mean, tour or fly on Air Drake, you know what I mean?
I would not be
You got
welcome.
the plug?
Well, you know what? I
yeah.
can tell if, so we all know Drake rich. But a plane is really expensive.
That's levels. That's like wealthy.
It costs money to be in the air.
And I was looking it up for this particular model of this airplane. It costs $70,000 to fuel, and apparently you could travel like maybe at least across.
This.
So from New York to LA, and I'm like $70,000.
Wow.
Ain't no money to drink.
Yeah,
70 bands, bro. 70 bands to
What?
Drake ain't no bread. To Drake?
Man, I could go on Expedia right now and cop a plane ticket to LA for $600.
Yeah, but we talk about Drake.
No, but first class is like, it can
But
go
no,
up
no,
to
no.
$10K, so
This
fuck
is,
it.
again, I'm not questioning his pockets. I'm just saying this is the how expensive having an airplane is rather than renting some shit. Because when you rent or charter a plane, it ain't nearly that much. You feel me? But I want to see. Someone said that someone else bought this plane and just like titled it Drake. And Drake is just like,
that would be the smart thing to do. That's what. Nah, for real.
Yeah.
That would
spend
be the
somebody
smart
else's
thing to
money
do.
or have them do it and it's just called, you're the face of it. You get to say you got a plane. I can't wait to hear these airplane raps. When he could stun on these other niggas who don't
Did you see the Toronto Raptors last night?
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard hit the game winner to knock Philly out the. I wonder if Meek and Drake betted on that.
Did you see Drake rocking the Sixers jersey?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, he's a curse.
To reverse the curse.
He's a curse.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right, guys, stay tuned. I can't wait for the selfie video of Act on Air Drake. I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
I would definitely interview Drake on Air Drake.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
He would.
Of course
Nah,
you
this is big boss move. Does Jay-Z got to play? Jay-Z
I'm sure he does. He wouldn't call it Air Hove, though.
Yeah, he probably. Jay-Z
It's not
probably
time
buying
for
a
this shit.
Jay-Z probably buying a spaceship or some shit.
Jay and Tesla? Let's see.
I'm sneaking in this bitch when they land at Teterboro. That's facts.
All
Teterboro.
right, we have to go. So,
Yo, how long did you spend researching after you saw this post? How long were you researching last night? What else did you find out besides how much it costs to fly cross country quickly? You have like 30 seconds.
Right.
I know you got some other fun
That's
facts.
good. You do know I'm a journalist, right?
Yeah, okay,
I do my
academics.
research on
Pocket
everything.
watching and journalism. I don't know
Nah.
if it's the same shit, dog.
I came with my facts today.
All right, yeah, actually you did. Good job. Journalist Act. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you here tomorrow, Tuesday, on Everyday Struggle.